How Scotland Lost Her Parliament by Charles Waddie, 1891. Note D. We have avoided in the body of this work referring to the case of Ireland as, although she yields a poor revenue, perhaps she pays as much as she is able to bear, but it is curious to find so many references to the wrongs of Ireland and none to those of Scotland. We find in the year 1871, while Scotsmen paid per head of population £2, 12 shillings, 6 and a half pence, Irishmen paid only £1, 6 shillings and a half pence, or less than one half. The government, however, in their expenditure to Ireland, deal in the reverse manner, giving to those who contribute so little nearly 5 times as much as is granted to the larger contributor, and yet no one thinks that Scotland ought to complain. We call for your consideration some instructive figures that you may contrast the treatment Scotland gets compared with what is meted out to Ireland, and you can thus judge whether or not we should subordinate our claim to national self-government to that of any other country. These figures refer to the estimates of 1890 to 91 and are thus up to date. For Scotland, in grants in aid of local taxation, is paid £234,073. For Ireland, £2,082,273. For Scotland's Secretary of State, it's £11,533. For Ireland's Lord Lieutenant and Chief Secretary's offices, it's £44,558. For Scotland's Fishery Board, it's £22,248. For Ireland's charitable donations, it's £2,157. For Scotland's Lunacy Commission, £5,795. For Ireland's Local Government Board, £132,602. For Scotland's Registrar General's Office, £6,025. For Ireland's Public Works Office, £37,661. For Scotland's Board of Supervision, £9,503. For Ireland's Record Office, £5,635. For Scotland's Law and Justice, it's £261,072. For Ireland's Registrar General's Office, it's £16,617. For Scotland's Education, Science and Art, it's £613,881. Ireland's Valuation and Boundary Survey, £23,007. Ireland's Law and Justice, £2,218,519. Ireland's Education, Science and Art, £933,444. So while Scotland receives £1,164,130, Ireland receives £5,496,473. The reason why Scotland, a comparatively poor country, is so greatly overtaxed is due in great part to the fact that while real estate in Scotland is assessed at its full actual rental under valuations carefully made annually, the valuations in England are made only every third year, and it sums much below the actual rentals. But while that is so, it is the drink bill which swells the gross amount of overtaxation in Scotland. The habit of Scotsmen is to drink spirits, Englishmen beer, and if both were taxed alike according to their alcoholic strength, the result would be very different. We give the figures of 1887 to 80. Thus, the revenue derived from spirits was £15,218,262, while that from beer only yielded £8,711,532. There can be no doubt that the beer drinkers ought to have paid 3 times this amount, but the government dare not offend England's 465 members, but can set it not Scotland's 72.